guess that looks pretty even. No, Oliver. Come on. You can't come up here. Ay. Oh, cats. Hi, Janet, Cat, Missy, Dawn. So yeah, almost got a little behind today. I was trying to get these little kits together. Sip of lemon water here. Get these kits together that we didn't get to do last Wednesday because my internet went out. Hopefully everything goes well today. Hi, Laverne, Linda Renz, Riri, Terry. Oh, that reminds me, Terry, got to get it on the prompts. Do the prompts. Let's see, that needs to come down just a little. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Annette. Probably missing people coming in. Heart House. Thanks everybody for being here. See the brightness. Didn't get a chance to adjust this too much. Let's turn the brightness down just a little. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I was putting together these kits. We're going to do in a few minutes in. We're going to do our giveaway from last Wednesday because we didn't get to do it because of the internet went out. Hi, Icy. Let's see, Pamela, Arlene. Let me get a bite of banana here. Who else is here? So I hope everybody had a okay weekend. Becky Hernandez. Make my voice a little less scratchy. All right, let's see. Trying to see if I've missed anybody. Thanks everybody for being here on early Monday morning. If y'all don't know, I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern. Got a couple things show and tell. And then I just put in coffee and art in the morning this morning because I don't know if y'all want to do coloring, more acrylic doodling, or what y'all would like to do today. So I'll let y'all help me decide. So, because I was busy with artsy stuff. I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram. I did a disc over the weekend for a cowgirl. She's a real cowgirl. It's not Janet. And so let's see here. I know that I played the music I thought was good, the song Water My Soul, but I better not play any music here. So I did a collage soup. You'll have to go over there to my IG to see it better so y'all can go, check it out. But anyway, so it's cowgirl, and it's one of the large discs, the 14-inch ones. So I did that over the weekend. Hi, Debbie, Christina. And I'm not sure which Christina I sent. One Christina super chatted me, and I think one Christina won something. I've sent them both stuff out because I didn't know which Christina was which. Both Christina 331. I'm not sure if your last name starts with a G. If it does, that means I have 3 Christina G's. And I try my best to keep up, guys, but sometimes it's hard to know which one of y'all is which. Let's see. Belinda, Shelly. Oh, thanks, Kat. There we go. Yeah. And I appreciate that. Riri, you have to go in, and I don't see the crown on you, Riri, right now. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see it on YouTube. So you'll have to go into your YouTube settings, Riri, and turn it off. Okay. I don't even see it. Hi, Tina. I don't see the crowns on StreamYard. So thanks, Tina, for saying good morning. Who am I missing? Dawn P. Am I missing anybody else? When Tina says good morning to everybody, then I can see who I'm missing. Debbie. Hi, Marsh. I didn't see you come in either. Oh, so thanks everybody for being here. Like I said, I'm not sure what we'll do today. Um, and the other thing I did besides the what do you call it? The disc. I started kind of planning out my Inktober. So usually what I do is I sketch out the whatever's going to be in the middle. Like, and I'm not going to pull out my other project. I mean, years past posters right now because I'll wait till next month in October. But I'm going to do Inktober. Started making my list, and I did put the ship. I penciled in the ship, and Inktober is going to be in what do you call it? Kelp. It's going to be in kelp, and that's all I'm going to show you for now. And so what I do on those posters is every day I do a little one item, one thing on the poster and just post that on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, what are y'all doing out there chasing each other? Oh, see, they're a mess this morning. And so I do that every day, and then you don't see the whole poster finished till the end of the month. And then I reveal the whole poster with the background finished as well, because it does take me at least a day to finish the background. Ink it in, and do whatever details I want. Yes, a teaser, Annette. All right, come no. Let's go out. Come out. We're all wired up this morning, chasing each other, and he was chasing his sister. Okay, let's see. Hi, Belinda, Ellen, Cindy, I saw Tina. I just saw Tina say something else besides everybody's name. Let's see. Lori. Who else am I missing? If I miss you, I try to catch everybody, and I do go scrub through my chat later that day or the next day. And so to try to catch anybody I missed, anybody new, I'll go check out your channels. So, all right, how's this looking? Does it look? I think it's this spot right there that's making it kind of flashed out or something. Let's turn the brightness down. Let's try to get this. I put this map back out, and I think that's what's messing it up. The difference in the lighting. Okay, let's see. Angie, I did end up getting I bought a Angie bowl at Lovely's Crafting Lodge on Friday on her sale, and I got another Angie bowl. Let's see. Scrolling. So yeah, I got a couple things to share and show. The other thing too is we're going to do a giveaway because we didn't do our giveaway on Wednesday because the internet went out. So I said, well, we'll do our giveaway on Monday. So we're going to give our leftover giveaway from Wednesday because of the internet went out. And so we're going to do that. And Canada's post is on strike again. So when we do the international giveaway, if you're in Canada, I'll hold your mail until they get off a strike. So yeah, it doesn't do any good for it just to sit in some post office somewhere where it can't get to you until then. Oh, well, that's good, Angie. I'm glad you got a new sewing machine. Let's see. Who else am I missing? All right, let's go ahead and quickly do our let's do our prompts here. And then we'll do the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway from last week. Thank you, Tina. Trying to catch up on everything. We didn't get to finish everything on Wednesday. Everything looks good today. Janet will let me know if it doesn't. Let's see. All right, let me grab some. Let me grab a little handful of prompts, we picked 5 off the top. I write them down myself to keep in my Society of Idea Collector notebook. All right, today is 9/29, and I'll put our 5 prompts. And then I also read out of our lollygag book to pick a couple of extra words, and Terry does awesome with those. Terry rocks the prompts, I'm just saying. And let's see, I got one new book to show. I got a video from Cameron. What else do I have? Oh, I got something else to show. It's behind me. I just forgot about it. Okay. And then we'll do our giveaway. Oh my goodness, so much. Okay, so let's see. Truck, bat, frog, conceit, and moose. We got a lot of animals this time, Terry. All right, so we have truck, bat, frog, conceit, and moose. Lots of animals. So there we go, guys. There's the prompts for this week. Even if you don't do them, write them down so you have just a random prompts. If you say, I don't know what to do, well, you have some prompts. Hi, Brooke with an E. All right, so there's that. Let me put that over here. I'll go in my book. Then we're going to go ahead and read a couple of word definitions out of the lollygag book that Cheshire Cat sent us. We're up to M. When we get through this book, and I did do some fall nails. I did some fall leaf nails. I just noticed them myself. All right, so we're up to M. Let's see. So I had a Shelly, Molly, anybody else? Let's see. So, yeah, and Janet has company, so I want to make sure she is streaming today. Are you streaming today at 1, Janet? Because she has company this week, so I want to make sure she's streaming. Let's see. I'll wait and see what she says. That's family's texting there. Current plans are to stream. Okay, so there's Janet's name. She streams at 1. And hi, Kathy Berg. Kathy Berg streams on Tuesday mornings. So, yeah, she says she plans to stream. Okay, let's go ahead and read out the letter M. Or where's my pencil? I check them all. Okay, so let's see. I don't read them all. Madcap. Kooky, crazy, impulsive. In the 16th century, a madcap was an insane person like a madman. The cap bit of the word, the cap bit, the CAP, refers to the head. Put it together, and someone who's mad in the head. That's where you get it. Madcap. Okay. Let's see. Marauder. Besides being a type of muscle car and the nickname of a certain group of wizards, a marauder is a person who marauds or roams about with the intent to attack and pillage. I think of Robin Hood days, you know. All right, and I've not read these ahead of time. I'm just reading them with you. Let's see. Mollycoddle, a verb that means to pamper or spoil someone. And as a noun, this is someone who is pampered or spoiled. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. Muckety muck. A hoity-toity bigwig, someone who thinks of themselves as a big deal. And a high muckety muck is an even bigger deal. Oh my gosh, some of these are good. Okay, there's a few there. So I don't know if Terry can use, and Terry's never obligated to do the prompts or use the book or anything, but she somehow squeezes it all in there. So thanks, Terry, for being a sport and always, having fun with those prompts. Okay, let's see. Let me bring up my iPad to show y'all So I don't know how many of y'all have ever gone really hiking, a lot of hiking, but wait a minute, let me pause this. Come on, pause. All right, why isn't it pausing? All right. So Cameron and some of his friends, he works out in Yellowstone and at the hotel, big hotel out there, and they went hiking the Grand Teton. I don't know how, I won't tell you how many miles until I show you the beauty of where he went. And I got some cat pictures in here too. Let's see if I can get past that. And he did say you're going to hear huffing and puffing. Wait, I got to not turn, there's cats. Hang on. All right, hang on. I've got to do this differently. It's because I got to make sure there's no music. Hang on. let me turn the volume off here. Is that going to turn it off? I think I turned the volume off. Hang on. So here's some of his video, and the cats got in there somehow. It's not showing the whole thing. I'm going to have to go on my phone. But there's some of it there. All right. Let me go on my phone. My iPad wants to make a like a little thing out of it, make a group out of it. Hang on. Let me go over here. Let's go over to Cameron. All right. Here we go. Okay. Come on. Okay, here we go. No music on these. Turn up the volume. So you can hear him huffing and puffing. So they hiked the Grand Teton. All right, let's go to the next one.
Wow.
That's when they got to the top. They're all out of breath. All right, one more, I think. Here's one more. I think, I might have one more. Anyway, y'all want to guess how much they hiked that day? I know it is beautiful, right, Debbie? They hiked almost 20 miles. They hiked for like 12 hours. So he is taking advantage of it. He sure is. Yeah, they hiked almost, yeah, exactly, Tina. Almost 20 miles. Yeah. And so yeah, it was really beautiful. I know I kind of shook the camera and stuff, but yeah, I thought it was just stunning, the video. I know, right? Okay, so let's see, what else do I have to show? I do want to say a Judy P, who does not chat in chat. She's one of our elderly viewers, and she watches the show. So I'm going to shout out Judy P. I don't know if she wants to say her name, so I'm just going to say Judy P. Sent me a nice letter and said how much she enjoys the show. She's been watching 10 or 11 years. She also watches Anne, Beth, Mary, Aunt Beck, and many more. And she's worked at 3 different craft stores. She says she doesn't get out much anymore. She's 82. And so she's shouting out all Anne, Laura, Beth, Mary, Aunt Beck, and many more. And so I will send her a thank you. I don't want to send her, I'll send her a print or something. I don't know what she does my stickers, but I'll send her a print or two. And so I just wanted to shout out Judy P for that nice note and sending out some thanks to all of us that she watches at 82. And so for those of y'all that think, well, what good is what I'm doing? Isn't any, is anybody watching? Does anybody really care? Well, when you get a letter like that, it reminds you that what you're doing does matter. So I just wanted to shout out Judy P. Yeah. Everybody's saying good morning to Judy P in the chat. So let's see. Kathleen, who else am I missing? Raul! And speaking of, when I say that, I think Denise is working again today, but she did say, tell everybody I said hi. She'll try to get down here as soon as she can. So, okay. So there's that. Let's see, what else do I have to show? Starting next week, I'm going to start sending out. I have a few. How many do I have of these? I bought a pack of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 12. I think 12. Wood. They're real thin wood pumpkins. I'm going to do giveaways of these starting next week when we're into October, and I'm just going to let y'all paint them yourself. So, just a nice little thank you for giveaways. So I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to do our giveaway here in a minute. I did varnish some artist trading cards. Well, they're not ATCs. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. These are 3 by 4. They're a little bigger than artist trading cards. But last week we worked out of doing stuff out of the creative collage, just the idea of the different patterns with acrylic paint markers and collage soup images. So I was, just before I started streaming, I pulled out some things to put together a giveaway, and I'll let you pick. Oh, sorry guys, let me get another sip of water. I'll let you pick out of the cards, either cats, the little people heads. I got one of these. I just did a few and I did paint the backs, and I varnished the front. So they're completed artist, art cards. I won't say artist trading cards because, like I said, they're not the size. Artist trading cards are officially 2.5 by 3.5, and these are 3 by 4. So, and then I'm going to give y'all each, I'll send y'all 3. Well, let's see, how many do I have here? I better say 2 cards to make your own. I'm going to send, I'm going to do 2 US, 2 international. So I'm going to send out some of these dolls, and you can use the backs or the fronts, but this is kind of what I used to do mine. I cut the little doll, their paper doll book, The Secret Lives of Paper Dolls. I cut some of these out, or tore some of these out. And I'm going to put some of these in your envelope along with a couple of cards. And then I'll let you pick which one of these that you want as well. I said earlier that if you're in Canada, little glue on there. If you're in Canada, I'll hold yours. If you win and you're in Canada, I'll hold yours, because the post office, last I heard, is on strike again. So I don't want to send your mail out and have it just sit somewhere. Hi, Biddy Penny. Good to see you. Biddy Penny usually streams really early. There's Biddy Penny. So y'all go follow her so you can get notifications. And y'all know I've bought some of her papers before. And she's very creative, does all kinds of cards, mixed media. So yeah, go follow Biddy Penny. She's fun. She's very sweet too. All right. So here's I got our little giveaways at the ready there. And I'll put some more. Here's some more faces. Let me put a couple more faces in each one. So let's see. Let's do that. Let's put a couple faces. There's a couple there. Hang on. I'm mixing them up with the envelopes. And, okay, there we go. All right. So We'll do our giveaway here in just a minute. And then you can pick. You can pick. Oh, here's another one of these. Do I have another? Where did I leave off? Here we go. I'm going to just get one. Okay, there's two. And then y'all can pick from here. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and zoom in one maybe. Let's readjust the lighting. All right, it's this mat. I think I need to move this mat. Let's move the mat because I think it's throwing the lighting off. I love this mat by Space Mat, but I think the lighting's much better on this. So there we go. All right, so we're going to do the giveaway here in a minute. It's all painty and everything, but that's, let's see. And Makes. Who am I missing? Me. Hi, Me. Okay. All right, so we're going to do that in a second. Oh, I got one more thing. And I also did a bunch this weekend. I keep thinking, well, what did I do this weekend? But I did that Cowgirl disc. I worked on laying out my Inktober, which starts on Wednesday, the 1st of October. I did do some more jelly plating. I did some fluorescent jelly plating. So we can cut some of these up to use as bases for, you know, making some more cards. We can make postcards. We can make some more of these cards. Y'all let me know. And my other option was a Catitude, coloring a Catitude today. And I did kind of pick this frog one. So we can either color Catitude, we can make more cards. Y'all think about it for me. Don't tell me what you want yet, because think about it for a second while I finish showing all this stuff. All right. So I did get the Mary Engelbright sticker book. I cannot remember if it was Kathy Berg or who it was that enabled me. But I did buy Janet one. She knows. I bought Janet one. She'll probably be there today or tomorrow. So you can get it on Amazon. It's like $12.99, or it's a little cheaper on Amazon. But anyway, so it's Mary Engelbright, and Janet and I have always loved Mary Engelbright since day one. And so I got us each one of these. The fluorescent. Yeah, you like the fluorescent, Brooke? We can show it again here in a minute. And Kathy Brooke goes, make cards. Wait, Kathy, I just said don't tell me yet because I'm not paying attention. Oh, girl. Okay, so anyway, I don't remember who enabled me with it, but it's just chock full. And it does have a very printy, it's not your usual book smell. It's kind of a gluey book, maybe gluey. Let's see, we're going to lose the light again. Let's brighten it back up. There we go. When you got black or white, it messes with your lighting. Thanks, Kat. So I'm not going to show you every page, but it's chock full. Look, it's a big book. And it's just got tons and tons of Mary Engelbright stickers. And in the back, it has some papers. So these are all stickers here. So if y'all like Mary Engelbright, then go get you one or put it in your cart. Well, Kathy, referee. Let's see. Hi, Juju. But anyway, it kind of has a sticker book smell to it, you know, like you can smell the glue or whatever. Look, this is going to be fun to do. We could make cards. We could use stickers. But what I've been doing with these is using the collage soup images and then the idea of the collage creation doodling with acrylic markers. Now here's the papers. So you get all these papers in the back. So you get papers and stickers. It is so bright and pretty, right? It's Mary Engelbright. What can you say? So anyway, there you go. The Sticker Emporium, and over 600 stickers. And then, like I said, about how many where do the papers start? The papers are about maybe a third of the book are papers, but 600 stickers. Let's see. What did Riri say? I'm afraid to look. And then one other thing that I got, I saw it when I went to Hobby Lobby. Y'all know we have our chicken conspiracy thing, right? That started with because I said, when we talk about conspiracies and things, a chicken has the best conspiracies because why did the chicken cross the road? Right? So they have their own chicken conspiracy. So, since then I've got a couple different chickens. I got this one at first that you can dial, and I put the dial on. The dial didn't come with the chicken. You can dial up or dial up or down the conspiracy. I've played with it so much I unscrewed it there. So let me put that dial back on. Hang on. There we go. So you can dial up or dial down the conspiracies. Then the next one I got was this one. And so it depends on what kind of day he's having, whether it's a conspiracy with his tinfoil hat or not. I don't know, Riri. I can't help you with that. I have no idea. When I get a crown, when I'm visiting someone, I just ignore it. I don't even go try to figure out how to turn it off. Maybe somebody here can tell you where to go exactly, but I don't see the crowns here because I'm on StreamYard. I see nobody's crowns. Y'all are all queens and kings to me. Okay, so then when I went to Hobby Lobby, they had a toilet paper holder. He's heavy too. It's like resin. It's very heavy. And so what I did is I took the toilet paper roll and I rolled out some Halloween paper. So I'm ready to make cards. I'm ready to make some Halloween cards. And then, of course, after Halloween, after October, we can put something else for him. We can put something else for him to hold on to. So, yeah, so there we go. So we have our paper roll. But this was Janet's idea. He's not a true conspiracy chicken without his tinfoil hat. So yeah, so there's my eyes are watering. So our chicken conspiracy with a tinfoil. Now you got to remember, Janet and I, we love to read about conspiracies. We don't believe in every conspiracy. Don't get that idea. But we like to read about them and see what kind of conspiracies are out there. So Janet and I each got one of these at Mother's Day. So Janet and I each got our own tinfoil hat on last Mother's Day. And Janet put stickers on hers that says, "Ask me anything." So yeah, so there's our newest addition to the chicken family. Okay, so I think that's all I got for the show and tell. I'm looking around. So let me go ahead and do our giveaway from last week. After we do our giveaway from last week, then I'm going to ask y'all if you want me to make some more cards. And we can make postcards too. It doesn't have to be 3x4. It could be postcard size. And then we'll use, we'll use some more of the Creative Collage inspo here. Some inspo out of this. This is amazing, but it's a great book. It's well made. And she does give you a few little tutorials at the beginning. There at the very beginning, but most of the book, at least 3/4 of the book is all her work that she said. You can follow her on Instagram too, by the way. So I did post the 2 little cards that I made last week that I sent out to Terry, and I did post them, and I hashtagged her on Instagram. So we can do that. We could jelly plate some fluorescent papers. Or we could color, don't tell me now. I'll ask y'all between the three in a minute. Or we can color the frog cat in Catitude. Those are going to be the three options, okay? Postcards or art cards. I don't know which size I'll do yet. Jelly plating, and then maybe making some cards with those, or Catitude. Don't tell me yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's go ahead and do our giveaway from last week. All right, let me get my random.org going here. Hi, Devin. All right, let's see here. And thanks guys for watching Cameron's little video. I mean, oh my gosh, hiking the Grand Teton 20 miles. That's a bucket list item right there. That is a big bucket list item. All right, let's see. Let's go to random. Okay, so I got my random.org. Here's our little window to generate. We're going to do 2 US, 2 internationals. And I got, let's go ahead and put them in. Let's put what I got together here. So get a couple of cards, some collage soup images, and I'll let you pick a card. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put them together here real quick. And again, if you're in Canada and win one of the giveaways, I will hold it until the Canadian Post is back in session. I said not yet, Erica. I'm not gonna count it yet. Hang on, people. I can only go so fast. And read chat so fast. Okay, so here we go. We've got 4. All right, let's put some Post-its on them. Okay. All righty. And then let's do it. I think last time we did US first. So we'll do international first. International only. Wait till I type in go. International only. 1 to 100. First 2 people closest. And then these are the cards that I have for y'all to pick from. Now, I'm not going to let you pick each individual, and this is what you get to pick. You can pick the green girl, and I did paint the backs and varnish. I did varnish them all. So you can pick the green girl, get to pick one. You can pick one of the kooky characters, or just, say, comic character. I don't know what you want to call it. I'll give you, or one of those, or a cat. I'll show them closer in a minute. So those are the 3 that you get to pick from. The green, because I only have one of her done. I still have a whole nother stack over here to do. Okay, so the green girl, the cartoon, or the cat. That's what you get to pick. And I'll just grab one. Okay, international only. Wait till I type in go. Whatever's closest to random.org. First 2 people closest without going over. Make sure you have all messages clicked at the top. And 1 number only. Don't change your numbers. Move your numbers around. Okay, so that number. Okay. All right. Okay, Tina. All right, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to throw this paper away. Did a giveaway from last week because my internet went out halfway through the stream last Wednesday. All right, let's see. What else do I have going on here? Okay, so this is international only. Come on, people. I know there's more of y'all here than that. Oh my gosh, y'all are so funny. We're reaching up to 100 people. I know there's more international people here than that. I do it separate. I do international separate from US because there is less international people, and I like to give them a chance to, get in there. Whereas, we've got tons of US people. And so, yeah. All right. Get your numbers. I'm going to count down. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Okay, and I showed Cam's hiking video. I told everybody that Canadian Post is on strike. I'll keep that there to remind Remind me during the week because I'm not sure how long that's going to be. All right, I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, Cal, if your number comes, are you retracted? Okay, yeah. You play again in a minute when we do US. 1. Last call. Throw your number up there for international. If you haven't put it in yet. Okay, there we go. All right. First 2 people closest to 68 without going over. 68 without going over. And I think, Cal, you would have, but you're not international. Let's see. I think me had 65 and Hard House had 68 on the nose. So she gets to pick first. Hard House had 68 on the nose. And I think who was the next closest? Me with 65. Is it me with 65? I think she gets to pick second. Is that correct? Y'all double check me. Okay, so Hard House, you want a cat, a cartoon, or the green girl? Which one do you want? And then me, you can tell me which one you want. We got plenty except for the green girl. Okay. Hard House, which one do you want? Because you got it 68 right on the nose. You get to pick first. Hard House wants a cat. Okay, give her a cat. And see, I did varnish them and I painted the backs and outlined them. Okay, so Hard House wants a cat. Okay, me, which one do you want? You want a cat, a cartoon, or the green girl? Cartoon. Okay. So I did varnish them. I took a minute and varnish them. All right, so there we go. So me, you're going to get that. You're going to get a couple cards to make your own. You're going to get some collage soup images, and you can make your own little card. You just got to get some acrylic paint out and doodle around them. All right, let's do the same thing again, except now we're going to do, let me get a Post-it note, USA only, 1 to 100. Same rules apply. Hi, Pam. First 2, high view. First 2 people closest without going over. Okay, wait till I type in go. Wait, Pam. Wait till I type in go. You'll have to put that in again. Wait, y'all stop. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. None of those count. I have to follow my own rules. None of those count till I type in go. Okay? So hang on. Y'all have to re-put those in. Or a different number, whatever you want. Okay? There. Now go. Yeah. Herding cats, people. Herding cats. So yeah. So like I said, I varnished and painted the backs. Here's the little cartoon ones. And so I just glued down an image. I just glued down a collage soup image, painted the background with an acrylic brush marker, and doodled with the markers. And you don't have to have the markers. You could do it with just paint. You could do it with any markers you have. I've just been playing with my acrylic paint markers. All right, I'll give y'all a second. I'm making a little list here for voting on what we're going to do today. Okay. Hi, woman. Not Anita. I can't remember. I always just go by y'all's names here as much as possible. Hello, animal lover. And the reason I do that, guys, because if I call out your real name, like, of course, Janet uses her own name, and, some of y'all do, but hi, Joe Lou. But hi, sister, if some of y'all don't know the people, and I start calling out their real names and y'all go, who are you talking about? So that's why I always try to just call y'all by what you go by so that everybody knows. Adria. I try to call you out by who you are so people can get to know you, talk to you, follow you. and then know what your handle is. Okay. All right, I'm going to count down. Get your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last call if you hadn't put your number in. Hey, Swanky. That's cute. T girl. Anybody else I'm missing? All right, here we go. All right, we're going to put in a new number. All right, here we go. New number. First two people closest to 59. 59 without going over. 59 without going. First two people closest to 59 without going over. Let's see. Let me scroll all the way back because we have lots more with US. 59 without going over. Let's see. 54. So it looks like it might be Swanky Lifestyle has 55. So that will be the closest, I think. Am I right? Oh, yeah. And then I think Erica 71 has 54. So y'all double check me. Is it Erica Swanky Lie? I mean, not Erica. Let me go down here. Hang on, guys. Swanky Lifestyle. And then Erica. Okay, so I think Swanky, and I don't have your address. I don't think I have Erica's either. So I'm going to need y'all both to send me your addresses. Let me see. Swanky Lifestyle had 55, and Erica had, I'm looking at Erica had 54. Erica 71. Okay, so all right, am I right? All right, so first off, let's go ahead and let Swanky, you get to pick first. Do you want a cat, the green girl, or a cartoon? That's just for me to pick, easiest to pick. And y'all need it both y'all. I might have sent Erica something before, but just y'all send them to me again. I had an issue over the weekend. I think I have 4 Christine G's. And so I sent one Christine G something. It was supposed to be the other one. So I resent that. So I'm going to have to be more diligent on which people I'm sending to because it's so easy when there's more than one name. Okay. Okay. So let's see. What did I didn't see it. Did Swanky girl pick? Let me scroll back. Swanky gets to pick first because she was the closest. Cartoon would be great. Okay. So Swanky wants that, and Erica wanted the green girl, right? Am I correct? I think so. Did she? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So Erica got the green girl. Swanky, y'all just make sure and email me your addresses. I don't share your addresses with anybody, not even the other mods. I don't put you on an email list. Not that there's anything wrong with the email list. I just don't have one. And if I ever did do an email list, guys, I would ask y'all if you wanted to be on it before I started sending out random emails, which I've never done in 15 years of doing this. All right, so I have a couple extra ones here, plus I have these all that I'm working on. So just so you can see how I start out, I just glued down some different heads. I put some little jelly-plated clothes, just some little pieces of jelly plate to look like outfits. And then I painted the backgrounds here, and I have not yet done any doodling. So I haven't done any doodling on these yet, but you can see how I just made clothes for them out of pieces of jelly printed papers or collage papers. This one I started doing the background, started doing some doodling on that one. So you can see here. So I started painting all these. And this is as far as I got because I stopped to do the ones that I wanted to have some finished. for today. So I stopped doing these. So this is what else I did over the weekend. What did I say I did over the weekend? Worked on my Inktober, did the disc, did some jelly plating, and then these right here are well, not these two. These two are just cards, but these I made. I just glued the little faces on the inside, and then you could put a card inside there. See, just I haven't done anything on the cards except put a card in there. So that's what I have done over the weekend. All that. All right, let's see. Did I say hi to you, Devin? Yeah, I said hi to Devin. Okay, so those are fun. And again, the inspo was a combination of some collage suit books, which y'all know I have a lot of collage. One of you, if you, anytime y'all want to see all my collage suit books, y'all let me know. I'm terrible. And then out of this creative collage book is where we got the inspo for the doodle, the acrylic doodles. So it's an amazing book if you want inspo for doodles. And I don't doodle a lot, but this book really grabbed me because I've seen people take the fashion girls and put this is some collage clothes, like I did on a couple of mine. It's a collage clothes and then doodle over the fashion magazines. But I've not seen this is to me the best I've ever seen that done. Is Naomi Vona. And this book is new. It just came out last week. I had pre-ordered it, so it came the day of the release, and you get it on Amazon. But it's a nice, heavy, slick. It's beautifully made. You want to see all of your things. So that was the inspo. That and collage suit books. I pulled, just pulled some. I haven't pulled anything for Bird Nerd, but if we make some more cards, I can pull Bird Nerd. And then I made the cards. I painted these cards. I did and if y'all missed it earlier, I started, y'all know I do a poster. I've been doing posters the last 3 or 4 years of Inktober. This year I'm going to do Inktober poster. So all I've really laid out so far is I have to pencil in the ship. I don't really pencil in. Here's some of my list of stuff that I'm going to put on it. I don't pencil in too much. I like to just take my ballpoint pen, a Bic ballpoint pen, and draw with that. And then any heavy black inks, I'll fill in with a brush. Dip brush in the ink and fill in blacks, heavy blacks while I'm doing it. But I have to kind of lay out where the big, like the one I did with the barn. Well, here, let me back out. I'll go ahead and show y'all. I know I said I wasn't going to show y'all till October, and then the word. So I have Inktober is going to be in here. I just kind of have it lightly sketched out. And the Inktober is going to be in kelp. It's going to be kelp lettering. And then and I just laid out some ideas for the different, what I want to do. And I do one a day. I post one a day on Instagram and Facebook. And then you only see that one little section that I did that day. You don't see the whole poster any longer until the end of the month. Let me see if it's really handy here to get my other ones out. I have them right over here, but let's see how. I have them together where I can dig them out. Here we go. Okay. I should leave them out because I'm going to need to have them out to show next month. Okay, so last year, and they're all like, I think 28 by 30, something like that. So last year, 2024, I did Ink Farmtober. And again, I laid out the barn, and then every day I did one animal, or like the little Amish couple. I did one a day. Too much stuff on the desk. I did one a day for each day of the month, and you did not see anything but that or that. You just saw the one thing I did every day until the end of the month. and then I filled in the backgrounds, and I put stars in the background in this case. And so I do them all with ballpoint pen. I don't know if I get up close. I draw them with ballpoint pen, and if there's any heavy blacks, I fill those in with a brush and ink. So, and they're all posted on Instagram from last year every day. Oh, Tina says some more people came in. Let's see. I said hi to. Did I say hi to Wilcox Mama? Uma, Jolu. I said hi to Pam. I said hi to Woman, Pamela, Kelly Ann, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl, Melinda. Anybody else coming in I missed? Thanks, everybody, for being here. So, and it is a lot of work, and it is a commitment to do Inktober. I don't ever follow the prompts. There is an official list of Inktober prompts. But for me, I don't really do a lot of inking and drawing in ink, except in my sketchbook. I'll draw some sketches, a little bit, but I don't really do a lot. I don't do a lot of inking, except in ink for Inktober or in October. And so that's when I really concentrate on doing something inky every day. So that was Ink Farmtober. And I think I skipped a year for some reason. Let's see. This one was, all right, then 23. In 23, I did Ink Woodtober. So I did things in the woods. And so these are all the ants. Like, let me zoom. See how see how he's all sketchy? The turtle. It's all with ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen and then heavy ink lines. And then the background's all filled in with just ink. So there's my Ink Woodtober. So I also did the lettering to look like wood. So there's all, and again, every day I just post one little animal every day for Ink Woodtober. And then I don't remember what I did in 22, but back in 20, this is 20. So I don't know what I did in 21 and 2. Oh, I did the movie monsters one year. The movie monsters my way. And then, but in 2020, I did Inktober. So I did insects, Inktober. And again, I did one insect a day for 31 days. And then at the end of the month, I put the spider web. I filled it in with black ink and the spider web in the background. And I did do this little ladybug in red for my mom. Let's see. Hi, Dot. Like the wood one, Christine? So, yeah, they're drawn with a ballpoint pen and filled in. The dark blacks are done with a brush, like right around there. But all this is done. Look, let me see. Let me find something that looks real sketchy. See? See how sketchy that looks? See? It's a ballpoint pen. Bic or a biro, as they call it in Europe. All right, so there we go. And I'll put these behind this so I can keep them together. All right. So now we can decide what we're going to do today. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in one just to start out here. Let's see. All right, so we can either do Catitude. I already have a page picked out. If we do Catitude, we're going to do this frog cat. She's in a little frog costume. We're either going to do this. We can do some jelly plated papers with I did some fluorescence. So we can do some jelly plated papers and fluorescence. And then if we do that, we can cut these down into either postcards or art card size. I don't want to call them, they're not ATCs. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. These are 3 by 4. But we can cut these down into postcard size and then use some images and play with these. Or what was the other option? I forgot what the other option was. We had another option. Oh, well, I think that was it. The cards, jelly plating, or coloring. All right, so let me go over here and see what people are saying. Uh, all right, we got a couple of catitudes. Catitudes. All right, so far we got the most catitudes. We got a couple jelly plated papers. Okay, Melinda. All right, let's see. 3, 4. Looks like we got 4 catitudes and 4 jelly plated. Got 5 catitudes, 5 jelly plates, 6 catitudes, 6 jelly plates, 7, 8. Okay, it looks like catitude is winning. I got 9, 10 catitude. So it looks like catitude might win. Well, we can maybe do catitude, and then we'll see about maybe using some of the papers I've already made. Like this, some of the fluorescents. I'll show you the paints that I used, and then maybe cut some of these down to put images on. Okay, we should have time for a little of both. All right, I'm decided. All right, so I'll show you the paints and everything I use in a minute. So let's go ahead and do a base. I think I'm going to go ahead and do acrylic base background, and because you can go, remember, you can paint over. I'm gonna need a what do you call it, yeah, that seems okay. You can pencil over any acrylic painted backgrounds. So let's just go ahead and start with a base, because this is going to be a cat with a frog costume. So what I'll do, y'all still with the tour? Oh, that's good, Devin. Catitude wins by a whisker. But speaking of jelly plating, if y'all like to see jelly plating, which half of y'all liked, half of y'all voted for the jelly plating, and we'll get to what I probably won't jelly plate new ones today. I'll just use the ones that I did over the weekend to maybe cut down and make some cards. But if you want to see some awesome jelly plating, then follow Devin Rex for Art. She streams on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. She may have some already made videos coming up for the month of October, but because she'll be gone some of October. But I think, are you going to be there this Wednesday, Devin? Devin streams Wednesday. Let's see. Kat, so I'm wondering if you could do a coloring book page, but color it like the collage book. Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. You mean doodle on it, color it, and then doodle on it? Yeah, you could do that. Like, for instance, all these, I'm going to paint the background like green. I'm going to do probably a lime green wash, and then I can go back in and, paint on top of it. But then why couldn't you go in here and doodle? Dots, dashes, circles, right over the top of what you've done. Yeah. Now, that being said, it depends on what kind of mediums you're going to use on your color book. Let's see here. Did I miss what Devin said about Wednesday? Devin, did I see if she said yes, live this week? Okay, here she goes. And then some videos for the rest of October. Okay, there y'all go. So follow Devin at least this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Janet comes on today at 1. Kathy Berg comes on tomorrow on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And y'all can shout each other out. Y'all can't put direct links. Only my mods can do that. But if you're nice to the mods, they will put a link in of your channel. But you got to be nice to the mods. It's going to depend, Kathy Berg, on what kind of base you do. Whether you're going to acrylic paint on top of it, or acrylic marker on top. If I did this in, let's say, if I did the background, if I did any of it in pan pastel, say, for instance, if I did it in pan pastel, I would not take my markers and go over pan pastels, because you're probably going to ruin your marker. And that goes especially for alcohol markers. You don't want to use alcohol markers on top of pan pastel. You can use pan pastel on top of alcohol markers. You just have to be aware of your supplies if you're doing mixed media, that you don't want to ruin your markers. You know, you don't want to ruin your markers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start here with a base of, I'm going to go ahead and get some, let's see, get a couple different trays here because some of these are still wet from the weekend. Like that black right there is probably still really wet from the weekend, painting the backs of cards and stuff. So I think this one's good. All right, so let's go ahead and do a, like a lime green wash on the background of this one. And so we could, but you could use your acrylic markers over acrylic. Okay, you can do that. That's fine. You won't hurt them. But you want to use your alcohol markers. That's not very bright. Celery shoot. It's not lime, but that's okay. We're gonna use it now. All right. So I do water down when I want to go over something. I'll water it down. If I want a flat, solid color, I don't water it down. That being said, because I'm going over this line art, if you just used it solid paint, not watered down, if you just used it without watering it down, you're going to cover up your line art and not be able to see it. All right, let's see. Let's zoom in one more, I think. There we go. All right, so are we good? So are we focused? I think so. All right, so I'm going to water this down. I might have to water it down a little more. I'm just going to do a base, okay? The thing about doing a base with acrylic paint is your color pencils will go over any of it. So I am going to do everything but the cat. It looks a little yellow. It could be a little greener. I think I am going to go with the little, let me go ahead and put this down, and then I think I might, well, I'll just use that as a very, very background then. I won't go over the cat with this because it's too yellow. I really wanted it a little bit more lime green. So I'll just go ahead and I'll do the background, and then I'll do the frog costume separate, and the cat will be separate too. We'll probably do the cat maybe gray, but I'm going over all the background leaves, which then I'll go in and do a darker green. I do have a piece of wax paper behind here, so it doesn't go over the edge and stick pages together. You don't want to glue your pages together. And they might buckle a little bit, but usually I have found that when you do front and backs of color book pages, they flatten out. All right, let's see. Am I missing anybody? All right, if you have questions, put it in caps. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and dry this. Let me plug in my heat tool. And dry this. Oh, did I not plug it in? There we go. Bye, Angie. I tried, Devin. I tried to explain. But I tell y'all, I'm not a teacher because I don't have patience. So don't ask me again, Devin. Just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. And drying the backs helps keep it a little flatter too. Again, I don't care if it warps a little because by the time I do the back page, it flattens out. The pages flatten out really well. All right, now I want to do the frog a greener green. Like, I don't really want a grass green. Maybe this green, a sour apple green. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put some over here. I'll put a little sour apple green and a little water. Again, pencils going over the top of it. Dee Dee's right now because she is. Oh, thanks, Tina. Well, again, I say doesn't mean you can't learn something from me, but teachers have skills that I just don't think I have. It's not just one thing to know your material or how to do something. You have to know how to get people to, I don't know, understand it or whatever, and have patience while you're doing it. And I'm more like, okay, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it my way. This is how I do it. I'm going to do green eyes too. You don't have to do it my way. You can do it any way you want. But there you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I need a littler brush on some of these smaller things. So don't forget though, you can go over all what I'm doing here with more acrylic paint or pencil. I would not recommend going over this. You could go over it probably with your super tips, but still you're drying out markers. When you use markers over the top of acrylic paint, you're drying them out. And if you use a Sharpie, Sharpies will dry out like in one use. If you try to go Sharpies over the top of acrylic paint. So anyway, that's why I always tell y'all to keep a Society of Idea Collector notebook, because I may or may not remember to tell you everything. Yeah, don't email me. Right, Jolu. So I'm just telling y'all what works for me, and I mean I'm always trying new things. I mean, like that I never was really much, and I'm still really not into much doodling. I'm not much into doodling. Again, I'm watering this down because I'm going over line art. If I use that full strength, it would just cover up all the line art and the frog, and you would not see the frog. What was I saying? So I go off on rabbit trails. See, that's not a good thing either. Um, so I'll go over the top of this with, color pencil or, more paint, more acrylic paint, or acrylic markers would be okay. Your acrylic markers, but don't use your alcohol markers over acrylic paint. I mean, like I say don't do it. You can do it. You can ruin your pens. I don't care. Yeah, thanks, Elle. I don't doodle much, but when I saw that creative collage, because I'd seen her on Instagram. That's how I found her book, was on Instagram. She was promoting her book, so I pre-ordered it. So when I got it the day it released, and so I said, well, I'll doodle this. I'll doodle this much, just like Zentangle. I do a little bit of that type of thing when I do calligraphy. I just don't enjoy doing like Zentangles. Like, oh my gosh, Janet, if y'all want to see a Zentangling queen and a great Zentangle collection, and she's shown it a few times. Anytime I beg her, I mean, ask politely. To show it, she will show her Zentangle box O collection and her Zentangles. Don't eat the crayon. Well, I can't promise that either. I sniff them. If y'all don't have a box, like, let me see if I can put my hands on it. Where is it? Here it is. So I do have quite a collection of Crayola crayons, but this one's special to me and I don't use it. This one was given to me by Jonna, sister woman, Jonna, and Preppy Crafty Girl. And I love the smell of crayon. So look, see, so you have to have a box that's just for sniffing. I love the sniff. I love the smell of crayons in the morning. And so she made me a travel emergency crayon sniff box. So yeah. Hi, Nanamo. Who else am I missing? But anyway. So yeah, maybe we can convince Janet to show her Zentangle box collection of, and it's not just a collection of Zentangle, it's a collection of Zentangle she has done. That Janet has actually made a box full of samples, step out cards of every Zentangle that I'd ever seen. I don't know, Janet, how many Zentangles do you think you have in that box? How many different types or step outs do you have in that box? Did you ever count them, or do you just know how many are in there? I know, right, Tina? Right, to Ellen? Yeah. Let me see if she answers me. You got. I don't want this to get too dried out or thick, because then I'll be covering up the line art. Let's see. It's against the rules to count Zentangles and rubber stamps. Okay, well, she's got thousands of both. Oh, well, I shouldn't say thousands. She has hundreds. So that's like my color books, and I can't say, well, I can probably say I have thousands of books. I can't say I have thousands of color books, but I have hundreds. Let's see, 1,000 different cards. I mean, it's amazing. And that box of her cards, amazing, Tina. Maybe we can get her to show them again today, because it really is amazing to me. Just the sheer number of them that she has. All right, so there we go. So see how quick that background came together. Now it's not done, but you got a base. You got a base in just 10 minutes. If I tried to do just what I did here with color pencil, I'd just doing this all day long, And not there's anything wrong with that. Again, you do whatever you enjoy. If you like coloring all those backgrounds for hours, you go right ahead. But I like to have it a little quicker, because I have so many hundreds of pages I want to color. Oh my gosh. Okay, and Kat posts, this is Janet suggests this for the zentanglepatterns.com to find patterns to make your Zentangles with. So thanks, Kat. Why am I asking her politely? No. Because I try to ask everybody politely while I'm demanding that they do it. It's just a joke, Nanamo. It's just a joke. Oh, let's see. It is, Ellen. It's incredible, the Zentangles Janet's done. Let's see. It does make it fun and quicker, right? Because I don't know. Just, sometimes you're in the mood to just chill and just like really take your time and just shade and color and shade and shade and shade. But sometimes you want to get the page done. That's more my style. It's more my vibe. I want to try to get as much of them done background wise as possible. So anyway, all right, let me clean out my brush here. And if y'all missed it, anybody that came in late, I now have a roll of paper. This happens. It's a toilet paper roll holder. Conspiracy Chicken. I put some Halloween paper on it for October, so we can just pull some off as we need it to make cards. But in Janet's ultimate wisdom, she said, my Conspiracy Chicken, he had to have his tinfoil hat. So there we go. So y'all miss a chicken with a tinfoil hat. There we go. We'll be pulling paper off of that to make cards with in October. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's true, Belinda. Another good point. She also made the box, the Zentangle box, the actual box that holds the Zentangle cards. She made that too. Hi, Keeks. All right, so let me go ahead and dry this. And again, I have wax paper behind it, just at least long enough to long enough so that when I go paint up to the edge, it doesn't get, go over here. Now, that being said, if you are going to use any kind of alcohol markers on a double-sided page, be aware it will go through. It will bleed through. But I still should put a piece of cardstock behind it so when I'm coloring, I'm not indenting the next page. So let me go ahead and get me a piece of cardstock here. Just to have it there. And then that way you can also test your colors and pencil colors around the edge too. All right, let's dry this real quick. Yes, Ellen. Color pencils. Oh, I use color pencils over the top of everything. Acrylic paint, watercolor, pan pastels, alcohol markers. I use pencils over the top of all of them. Okay. And guys, I've got hundreds of videos in playlists. In my playlist, if you want to, see me do some other things, you can usually tell by the thumbnail what's going on in the video. But I've got, mixed media, pan pastels, color book pages, sketching. I mean, I've got 15 maybe different playlists, maybe more. I don't remember. Cheshire Cat made me do playlists. Her and Picola. And Picola, if you're out there, hey girl. Oh, I also found these little, Denise gave me these. It was in a box or something. I think she got it at a thrift store or something. I have these little baby chicks. So these right here are baby conspiracies. Waiting. Baby conspiracies. And the idea of the chicken conspiracy is because, why the chicken cross the road? Anyway. All right, let me get a baby wipe to clean some of the paint off my hands. All right. Thank you, Kat. She put in a link to my playlist. There's tons of stuff there if y'all want to over the last 15 years. Now, if you go back more than 5, 6, 7, 8 years, if you go further back than there, the quality is not going to be 1080p. Just warning you. We didn't have that back then. So, okay. Let's see. What am I looking for? I got that other. I'll show that book next week. Okay. All right. So it's pretty flattened out. It's not, look, it's not that wobbly or warped. And the other thing too is if you want to add more acrylic paint, another layer to make it darker or shading or just add more acrylic paint, you want to make sure that this is 100% dry before you start layering on too many water, layers, because you're going to pill your paper. If you try to layer too many wet, like if this is still wet and I put another layer on and another layer of paint, it's going to tear your paper. It's going to pill it. It's going to, melt it. Your paper's going to start to fall apart. So you want to dry in between. The other thing is too, you want to make sure this is 100% dry before you go in here with color pencils. Do I have one just sitting here? Before you go in with color pencils, you want to make sure this is 100% dry, or you're going to just dig in and ruin your paper. Tear it, pill it, poke it through. We know what it's like to poke through a painting, don't we? Okay, so let's see here. What do I want to do next? I think I might want to go ahead and put a layer of some kind. I think I'll maybe do him or her like a blue gray. Y'all know I love me some blue gray. Let me see here. Let's get a blue gray. I'm stretching over here, looking. Let's just water down some deep midnight blue. Let's make it a like a gray cat, but Okay, a little bit of white. And I will show y'all the fluorescent paints I bought to do the jelly plating with here too. All right, now let's go ahead and get another. I'll put my brush. It's a different one. Where's my brush I was just using? Oh, well. Let's get another one. All right. Now let's do. There we go. First hand, thank you, Dee. Point poking through paper. And speaking of funny things and good things to smile and laugh about, Elisa just walked in. Hey, girl, hey. Elisa made me these arms. I love those things. I love those things so much. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and water. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of mixing here of mostly white, with just a little bit of that midnight blue, because I want it to kind of be a blue-gray color. And then let's add a little bit of water. Okay, and then we're going to color the cap. So no, it's a little, let me water it down a little bit more because I'm covering up the line art. And again, I'm going over the nose. Because if I want to make the nose pink, I can still use a pink pencil over it. And I'm going to use Posca to make some fur stick out and some other stuff. So, all right. Just get a base down. And then his little body's under here, sticking out under the costume. Okay, so we got a base of the cat and the frog, and I don't know how I'm going to do the eyes yet. But anyway, I did make the cat have green eyes. Put in caps if you're talking to me. Let's see. I don't see anything else. Hi, Jane. Anybody else I missed? Said hi to Keeks. Inkmaster show. I love the Inkmaster. Are you talking about the tattoo people? Oh, you're talking to Keeks. Yeah, I think Keeks she's an apprentice, a tattoo apprentice. Am I correct, Keeks? Yeah. Have you seen? I'm sure she's seen Inkmaster. I don't know if it's still on anymore. I think it went to cable, and when it went to a paid channel, I don't watch it anymore. It used to be on just regular cable channels you could get, So I don't watch. If there's new ones out, I don't watch the new ones. But I thought that Chris and a couple of them had quit. I thought some of them had quit. I don't know. I don't want to get into the the rumors of Inkmaster because I haven't kept up with it in some years. But I started watching it, 15 years ago when it first came out. Inside of his little ears. Those are the frog eyes. Those are frog eyes. See, he's got a frog costume on, and that's the frog eyes. Yeah. Devin. You get to tattoo a real person today? Your first person? Okay. Oh my gosh, Cameron's got tons of tattoos. Bless his little legs, arms. Hi, CK. Are you off this week? Chris CK is a teacher in Mexico, and I think she does like 4 different jobs at that school. Teaches, administrative. I mean, I don't know how she has time to even pop into streams. Let's see. Oh, it's your husband. Okay. You got to practice on your husband, Keeks. Oh my gosh. I used to watch E-Master. Yeah. See, I like it for the art. I never wanted tattoos, but I've watched it for the art and the contests that they have to do to, they have different challenges to do before they even get to the tattooing. All the art, any kind of art contest show like that, I like, little towel, like, let's see, Devin said I miss it. My kids had a little towel like this when they were toddlers. A towel. Oh, like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you just throw over your head? Yeah. I think Samantha had one. It wasn't a frog. It was something else. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Those little bath towels when you get out of the bath, they have a hood on them and you throw them out and get them over the. Yeah. I gotcha. Let's see. CK said we have midterms exams next week. Jolie says on Paramount with the Walmart. Okay, so she, see, it's on Paramount. You gotta subscribe to pay for channels. I pay for cable and internet and Wi-Fi. I don't want to pay for any more channels. If I can't find it on YouTube eventually. Now there has been a few times where I've paid for something because I really want to watch it, but not very often. So let's see. Animal lover. What should I draw next? I don't know what you drew last time, animal lover. What did you already draw? Have you posted something on Instagram we can see? Let's see. Bobini. Hi, Bobini. It's been a while. Good to see you. I'm glad you're lurking away. Lurk away. You had the frog towel, Devin? Okay. All right. So let's see. Put in caps, guys. I'll try to catch your comments and stuff. I'm looking around, see what else we got going on here for a minute. Let's see. We will. I don't know how far we'll get on this, but before we finish, I will stop long enough to show you the fluorescent paints and cut up some cards. Maybe do another giveaway with some fluorescent jelly plated papers. Now they're not. I didn't even stencil on them, guys. I just brayered off, and then the black ones I just crumple these and just jelly. I haven't even used stencils on any of these yet. I haven't got that far. I haven't got that far on that stack. All right, so let's see what we want to do next. Do I want to do some, like Kathy Berg suggested, and do some, let's see, maybe we'll just do that. We'll play because, let me show you what else I've done. I haven't done too much in this book. I did this one where I collaged extra fish on here. Did some collaging and color pencil. And I have flipped through this book a few times. And then I did this one where I collaged anything that was the tan color. I used a map MAP paper for their little paws and their little faces and the little mushroom. I got the lemon water hiccups and the little mushroom bases. And so, yeah, there's that. And we did that one. Let's do it. And then this one, did that one in here. So I've done a few pages in here. And it's almost time to get back the cute and creepy Camilla Del Recco, if you is still here. The Camilla Del Recco book, Cute and Creepy, that I've done for a few years in October. I try to do a few pages in that every October, as well as my Inktober, my collage pumpkin, and whatever else mess we can get into. I think that's all the ones I have done in here. All right, so let's see here. Let's move these two paint things out of the way. And let's do some acrylic. I don't have to move these behind me because I know I'll be the first one to stick my sleeve in there. All right, let's see. So let's go ahead. Move some of this out of my way. Some more cards there. And let's see. Acrylic right now, the ones that I have out some Master Touch and some Artex acrylic. And again, just like my alcohol markers, I have Copics, I have Master Touch, I have Ohuhu, I have like 5 different brands of alcohol markers. I have the same situation with acrylic markers. I've got all that. I got that new set of 240. Bless my heart. I have the Artex, I have Master Touch, I have I have some, I think I have some Ohuhu ones. So anyway, I have lots of different acrylic markers and I just use them interchangeably. All right, but let's see what colors do I want now for those, you know, like maybe the background. Let's see. Let's do maybe let's do since maybe it's kind of in water, maybe a blue green, like a teal color, maybe a teal color in the background. Let's see. Animal. I drew the snail in my chat image. Oh, in your picture here, you drew the snail? Okay, I don't think I can see that very well, animal lover. I have to see it on Instagram or something where I can see it bigger. All right, let's see. I don't know if I want that color. I think I just want a green. Let's just go with maybe a, let's see. That's good. I just want something not too, you know, too different because I want it to all be kind of the same. All right, let's see. Do I want circles? Do I want dots? Do I want lines? And see, that's one of the nice things about the book, where I put it here, about the creative collage doodling, you know, things that she does. It's like, let's see, do I want some yellow over green? It doesn't even have to be exactly like her design. You can just get like, okay, some yellow background, black and green, or some purple, black and white. You see what I'm saying? You could get some, you know, some little lines. Like, all right, let's do some lines. All right, so let's do some lines around. So I'll first go, and again, this is going to be a lot of tedious, so I won't probably do the whole thing because I don't want y'all to have to sit and watch the whole tediousness of it. But let's just say we went around and then we do another double line until you fill it up. So let's see how quickly I can do this and still do it fairly neatly. And then I'll go in and color in on top of the leaves. You like this green, Arlene? So if I just went around like this, and then go and fill in, we'll just do a little section. So I can get back to here. And then go in and fill in the spaces. Probably want to go around the images first. And just fill in, say. So it almost kind of looks like water moving. Oh, Elisa, thank you so much, girl. Thank you so much. Do you have a preference on a sticker you might like? I send out stickers. We have the lemurs. We have the frog, the blue frog. We have the chicken. We have the owl. And I usually send you out a second one too. I usually send two. So you can pick and I'll send two. Do you have a preference of what kind of sticker you'd like, Elisa? So I can send you happy mail out. So that already looks like it's kind of watery flowing, doesn't it? I'm just waiting to see if she mentions a sticker. Otherwise, I'll send whatever I want to send. But I already have a rooster, all right, so anything but a rooster. Okay. So maybe a lemur. Okay. All right. All right, I wrote that down. All right. Got it. All right, so let's keep going here for a minute. First, I think I'll finish going around some of let's just go around some more of the images here. Let's go around the little frog foot. Then I'll get out some pencils. So it kind of looks like it gives it movement, doesn't it, around the lily pads? So if you like to doodle, then you can doodle on your page. All right, so now I'm going to stop on that just because I want to just give you an idea. All right, now let's dry that because it does take a minute for that acrylic marker to dry. You don't want to accidentally run your hand over it. So let's dry it real quick. All right, so I'm going to get out my Prismacolor because y'all know that's just my favorite. If y'all were here a couple of weeks ago, probably 3 or 4, you'll know I usually use my silverware tray for extra pencils. Let me get this light. I got all these pop-ups here. Hang on. And let's see. Okay. Scrolling. And you like the stitch look? Okay, thanks, Dabbler D. Anybody, speaking of dabblers, anybody seen Tori lately? I did send her some happy mail recently because I hadn't heard from her. So has anybody heard from Tori in Ireland? I don't know. Let's see. Sister said Ollie's has coloring books. I mean, I did not know, sister. I did not know that we had an Ollie's. It's down by my post office, about 10, 15 minutes away. But I didn't even know we had one close by. And I went in there and I went, oh my gosh, look how many color books. This was a couple weeks ago. Look how many color books there are. And kids' books. Oh my gosh. So many cool kids' books too. Like if you like to cut books up, you know. But they have a tons of color books. And if you can believe it, I did not even buy a single one. Because I don't need enough. I got so many color books, guys. So anyway, the silverware tray is a great way to use for your pencils. But mine was getting overflowing because I would pick out of my overflow. When I couldn't find one real quick, I'd pick out my overflow and they just kind of more and more and more. So what I did is I went through my pencils. I spent a whole day doing this maybe about a month ago. I lose track of time. I think it was about a month ago. So about a month ago, I got a new pencil case and got all my Prismacolors into one case. So, and we are zoomed in. So I put all my Prismacolors, there's 150 colors, and I put them all in. I put them all in here so I can find them. And now the overflow is in the silverware tray, which these will probably end up. They'll probably end up in the silverware tray eventually anyway, because that's just how I roll. I get busy, and they're just going to go in that silverware tray. Let's see. Yeah, hey, Ollie's has got they had some good prices. I was really, I wasn't surprised at the prices because I've seen, Ollie's stuff, but I hadn't been there in person because I didn't even know I had one. No, I didn't buy any, not a single one. I've been to Ollie's 2 or 3 times and I've not purchased anything. Just nothing. Hi, Jen, Reading with Pugs. How you doing? Good to see you. I'm sure if y'all would like to do any kind of read, y'all need to follow Jen on, and she does coloring too. She doesn't do coloring as much as she used to, but she's a big reader. If you like to discuss books, she's probably on book 2. What is it? What is that book vlog? Samantha's on it too. I don't have time for it, but she's probably on there if y'all want to discuss books with Jen. She does read a lot. Let's see. Just message her, so we'll see if she answers. Okay, thanks, Terry. Yeah, I hope she's okay too, because I know she has health issues, so hopefully she's okay. Because I just hadn't seen her in quite a while, Terry. So thank you. Hi, Coloring. Did I say hi to you, Lori? Yeah, I said hi to Coloring with Lori. Let's see. There, Tina just put in Jen's channel. She has a YouTube channel, but I follow her mostly on IG anymore. All right, so let's see what pencils we need. Let's move the tool out of the way. Move some stuff around. I don't want to put this away because I got to finish the background. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit of breaking down some jelly printed papers into cards, and we'll do another giveaway with some of that stuff. Let's see. Oh, yes. All right, let me get a couple greens here. Probably this one, a lime, a light, and maybe one darker, and one even darker, maybe, but not too dark. Let's see. Do I want this one, or do I want more of a olivey darker green? Maybe these four greens. And then I don't know for how much we'll get to the cat, but I'll pull some colors. That's not going to be dark enough. Let's see, that's too blue. I'll tell you what colors I picked when I do pick them. I think I need more in the actual blues than the grays. Let's see. This one. That's probably a good mid-tone. Let's go over to the grays. Let's see. Get a nice dark gray. Is that going to be dark enough? And really even one darker. And of course I'll have black. I have black sitting in here. Okay, maybe that's enough. And of course I'll use white and a Posca too. Posca, I'll have a white pencil right here. All right, that might be enough to get us started. All right. Okay. So I just picked, not that y'all are trying to match what I'm doing here, but I'll just tell you the greens I picked. All right, so we got chartreuse, spring green, apple green, and Prussian green. And then I just got a few shades of gray, and this is slate gray, which is more blue. So we'll see. And then a black, white, and a Posca. All right, let's put this here. Let me get something to hold these from rolling. All righty. So we'll do a little color. Let me take a sip of water. Hi, Vol. Vol's been working a lot in his sketchbook, and I think he's working on a project, although I haven't caught what project exactly he's working on. Vol, what project is it you're working on? I moved, bought a house, and haven't been online as much lately. But you've made some videos, so y'all need to follow Vol. Vol's an excellent artist and has done comics and creatures and sketches, and so yeah, y'all follow Vol. And also Marsh Makes Comics, who was here earlier. I don't know if he still is. So we do have a few guys pop in here, you know. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and get, I think I'll start with maybe apple green. Let me get my pencil sharpener here. And I love these T-Gal sharpeners. Oh my gosh. Joanne in Canada turned me on to these. She sent me some, and I've since bought a few more. And Denise loves them too. So thank you, Joanne. Hi, Starla. Okay, so let's see here. Let's just do a little bit over here on this little frog pad here. Let's see. I'll zoom in again. Let's see. There we go. Just a little bit. So I'm just going to start by now you can start playing with shading and blending and coloring with your pencils. You've already got a nice base there. You've already got a nice base with the acrylic paint, and you can feel the texture of the acrylic paint under the pencil, and it just makes you can blend so nicely. How many of y'all use acrylic paint as an underpainting for your color pencil? Now I'm going to get the darker and sharpen. You got me hooked on those sharpeners. I know, right? They're good. They're great. Well, talking to Lori, Joanne's the one that got me hooked on them. All right, so I'm going to put a little more shadow under the frog itself, around his little toes. And then softly blend it out. And then take the color I just had and go over what I just did and blend it out some more. And then take the lighter of the greens and go all the way to the edge here. So there's one little lily pad. One little lily pad. Sharpie acrylics. I do have some sharp. They don't have a lot of colors though. They only got like 10, 12 colors, right? How I would use the Sharpie acrylics, because there's not a lot of colors, is to blend them. And you can take a piece of plastic. This is just some packaging or whatever, anything non-porous. That's paper. Let's see, do I have another piece of plastic? Any kind of plastic, and you could put down like red and yellow. I think they do have an orange in the Sharpie selection. Like I said, I think of 10 or 12 colors, and then you can blend them with just a little bit of water and blend them, and then you can use a brush to paint with those acrylic markers, the Sharpies, because there's not a lot of colors yet. I think Sharpie's going to come out with more colors with their markers. Let's see. Arlene, you're so sweet. Thank you. I just don't claim the moniker because I really do. I mean, I say I don't have a lot of patience. I can have patience, but I have to force myself. Doesn't come natural, but I don't know, maybe it doesn't come natural to most people to have patience. I guess I feel like here's my version of teaching, and the kids, Samantha and Cameron, Denise, all they could, Annie, mostly I'd say Cameron and Samantha, because I got older as they were coming up in the learning situation, right? I feel like if you're sitting here and you want to know something, well, how do you blend colors, Nana? Let's just say they asked me that. Okay, so you can take a red and a yellow, and you lay this down, and I show them step by step how to do it. Go over it with orange, yellow, go over it until you make it orange and blend them together. Well, how do you do that again? I just told you. How to do it. And I'll show them one more time. After that, y'all just practice. Go practice. And that's how I am with you guys. Y'all are adults. You know what I mean? So I don't have little kids to teach anymore. They're all grown. So I don't have little kids to teach. So now they're adults, and they know their Nana is going to say, look, I just told you, go practice. I'm just, I don't know. I just think there's certain skills that a teacher should have. I don't think all teachers have it, because I've seen some teachers out there. I think, I don't know. Are you sure you should be a teacher? Let's see. Shelley said, those who know how to compare the Sharpie acrylics to those ones you got it. Oh, so you want to compare? Well, they're acrylic markers. I'm not sure what you mean by compare, Shelley. What kind of comparing do you want? Tell me what kind of comparing. Compare in what way? Okay, just tell me, and I'll try to catch it here while you're typing. So. All right, so let's go ahead and do his little eyes, dark green, and I want to get some green in their eyes too. And they'll get in there with the black. And remember, color books, the grayscale color, the line art is not black. It's usually, very rarely is it ever black. It's, a different, dark gray, light gray. So if you want anything really black, like a pupil, you're going to have to go in there and really make it dark. Oh, which do I like better? Well, I like the other markers better because there's not that many colors in the Sharpie markers. Let me see that right here. Here's some right here. So here's some of the Sharpie ones. There's not a lot of colors. There maybe there's 15. I don't know. So there's a few. These are bullet tip. I have the brush tip too, but I think it's the brush tip that there's only a few colors. Hang on, let me look here. I keep these in the drawers because there's not that many. So these Sharpie ones, this is the brush tip, and I think there might be 12 or 15 of the bullet nib. But the brush tip, Sharpies, I think there's only 10. I think these are it. That's it in the Sharpie brush tip. And I much prefer the brush tip in any marker, really. But sometimes you don't, like super tips have the fat bullet nib, but alcohol markers, especially alcohol markers, you want, if you get a choice, you want brush tip because you can blend better with them. Let's see, the earth tones. Yeah, I'm not sure. Are those the earth tones? You mean view the earth tones in brush tip? Because the ones I just showed you, I think those are earth tones and they're bullet nib. So I've not seen the earth tone Sharpie acrylic markers in brush tip. So yeah, they're in bullet tip. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have those view. Let's see. Has anyone ever filled their own paint pens? I filled, you mean the actual, like filled these? Like when they run out? Sister, do you mean filled these when they run out? Not me. I barely like to fill my Copics, and I only do those with my skin tones. I only fill Copics with the skin tones. So you did the white one, View said. Okay, she saw a video. It was messy. Oh my gosh. Now I do have, some of the ones that have the, like, let me see here, like this here, like these kind here. I have gold ink in here. Come on. What did I do wrong here? I know it's twist off. I was trying to pull it off without twisting it. Uh-oh. With the needle nose in here with the gold ink. So I fill these. I fill these. All right, what did I do wrong here? I got to put that in there. Hang on, let me get the tip back in the needle nose there. Hang on. There we go. But yeah, but I don't feel anything else. All right, so now let's keep going here just a little bit further. All right, let's do the medium green here. I kind of want to get over here on the frog. We'll work on this till about 11. And then I want to do show you the jelly plate and then papers and do a giveaway. Doing a lot of gabbing today. Okay, Janet said, try Sister and let us know. If y'all don't follow Sister on Instagram, here, let me click on her. So Sensible Creation Sister on IG. She posts not every day, but she posts kind of regularly. She's my she's one of my Barbies, one of my Barbie girls, if y'all know. And I love my Barbie photography, but I don't want to say I ran out of ideas. I think I used most of my great ideas for Barbie photography, which I have probably 100 different Barbie photographies that I did. And Sister Doll is some of them. And it's just like, I got to think up something new. And I don't know. I like too many other things that I'm right now into. I still do have my Barbies, and they're organized, and all their clothes are organized, and I just haven't done many new ones. I've reposted, like I need to repost Halloween one. I need to repost a Halloween one, and because the ones that I did are so good. I just like, can I really do a better Halloween Barbie than that one? Or like I did a couple of videos, Barbie video, like my Frankenstein Barbie. Let's see. Joe Lou says, if I was a kid, I'd be worried about that needle nose thing. Yeah, well, some things, like when Cameron and Samantha were growing up, and again, I've been in this room 25 years. I think Samantha's what, 24, Cameron's 28, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have it written down. I think he's getting ready to turn 28. I think Samantha is 24 then. And so they've been in this room their whole lives. This room they grew up in. And they were allowed to use everything but the guillotine cutter. And I've told y'all the story. I'm going to look something up on my phone while I'm talking to y'all. I've told y'all the story before of Samantha when she was, I think, in pre-K. Denise told me the story because I didn't hear it directly from her teacher. But Denise told me about it. When she, they turn in a whole bunch of supplies and then the teacher doles them out during projects. I guess that's kind of a new thing, rather than keeping the little cardboard box in your desk of your own supplies, your own crayons, your own scissors, your own, whatever, right? Like we did when we were growing up. Everybody had to maintain their own stuff. But anyway, so when they first did a project one time was with scissors and one time was with glue. And so Samantha, they handed out the glue, probably Elmer school glue, and she asked the teacher, where's my Eileen's tacky? Where's my Eileen's tacky glue? What's this? What's this? She didn't say Elmer's, but what's this? And then the other time is when she scissors, and they handed out the little scissors that have the rounded, the rounded tips, on the scissors, and they gave her those. Yes, bougie Sam, for sure. And well, she was used to using professional things, and they handed out those rounded scissors, and she says something like, what are these baby scissors? I don't want any baby scissors. She grew up using, this is the actual pair she probably grew up using. Tim Holtz. She grew up using these. What's these baby scissors? Anyway, let me go back to my thing here. Oh, let's see, where can I find this easily? Let's see, select. Let's see here. Select. Where am I? Where am I going here? I want my videos. I can't. Why can't I find my videos? Well, I was going to try to show y'all the. I can probably show it to you off. Hang on. Let me go to my shorts on my YouTube on the phone. I can go over here to my shorts. Hang on, because I posted it in my shorts. If it'll come up here for me, because Wi-Fi in this room. I don't think it's going to come. Anyway, I was going to show you the Barbie, Frankenstein, Barbie, Bride of Frankenstein. Let's see, Biddy Penny, Sparkle Heart. That's Biddy Penny's daughter. Tried to take my Tim Holtz scissors to school. Yeah, I know. Now, especially these days, you couldn't take those to school. Samantha's 24 or 5. Sorry, guys. So, 22 years ago, I guess but she didn't take him to school anyway. She had the baby scissors. That's all that they let you take to school anyway. But she was used to using all the, and like I said, they could use anything in my room except the guillotine cutter, the big handled cutter. And that I kept up high up on a shelf where they could not use it. Of course, they can use it now, but when they were arting in here when they were little, and y'all seen them here over the years. Cameron and Samantha both been on stream. They're still, those videos are still out there. They may not be high quality because it might have been maybe 720. Now I'm 1080p, but back then, Cameron, they've been here recently. They've been here more recently. But back when they were younger, everyone in the house has fallen in love with those scissors. The Tim Holtz ones, yeah. Well, they're Teflon for one, Biddy Penny. They're Teflon. That's one of the things about them. you know. Okay, let's see here. Let's do it. I'm doing too much gabbing and not enough color in here. All right, I just did a couple of these. But if y'all missed it, let me show you. I'm so proud of it. Cameron and his friends hiking the Grand Teton. 20 hours of hiking.
Wow.
He's going, ay, ay, ay. They made it 20, they made it up to the top, 20 hours. This is in different segments. I don't know in which order, you know. But that was one of his goals when he was out there in Yellowstone, was to hike the Teton. So anyway, okay, so you can see how this is going here. Let me get the dark green. Where's the darkest green? This is darkest green. Could even just do a tiny bit of black right at the back there where it's darkest. You'll know I like high contrast in my coloring. All right, let's do something on the frog head here. So you can see where we're going. So you got to do all those. It's already enough to color that without having to. Let's see. I know, right, Vo? Nice. I know. It's really great for him. Yes, he is living his best life out there in Wyoming with at Yellowstone. Actually, I think, well, I don't want to say because I'm not sure. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do some green eyes here. We'll do a little bit, since it was split about 50-50 on the jelly plate fluorescence. All right, now let's go ahead and do the next green, the next lightest. And these might be, I mean, I'm imagining them to be those fake, you know, those big bulbous frog eyes that are on toys and stuff. That's kind of what I'm imagining this costume to look like. And then the light. And then some black. And then a Posca highlight. Maybe a little extra shine here. That green wants to really flare out. All right, so let's go ahead and do these eyes real quick. This green. And the black. And the light green. And then the white. Let's do a little more white highlight over here. Maybe we'll do a pink nose. Let's go ahead and put some white down to make that really a bright pink. I'm not seeing anything. Bye, Bitty Penny. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, Nanimo. Put it in caps, guys, if you're talking to me so I can see it quickly. All right, let's see. If this is going to be, let's just do a little bit on his little furry face so I can kind of do, although I really should put some darker. Let's do it because I'm going to put his fur coming up off of his face. So you really want this, whatever's behind it to be done. Because if you do any like fur or Posca or anything like that on his little mouth here, you don't want to have to color. You don't want to have to color around a line of Posca. So let's just go ahead and get a little bit of this done. I don't need to do the whole frog, but I do want to get where the, say, the whiskers or the fur is going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a little, and I am kind of hurrying. I always do when I'm streaming because I like to get as many things shown as possible. And I never mind if I don't finish something on stream, then I think, well, I got to teach you something. Okay, Arlene. You know what I mean? So I sometimes get back to stuff. Sometimes I don't. But it never bothers me to have unfinished pages in a book, or it just doesn't. And I'll be the first one if I'm doing it, working as, I don't know how many times I've taken a sketchbook and deconstructed it and taken the pages out and put it in another sketchbook and started something else, Okay, so now let's take the medium green here. And again, I want some of this edge done before I work on the fur around his face. Or her face, I don't know. His or her face, the cat's face. All right, that's enough to start with because now I'm going to take the gray and the blues and didn't have another. Got out a darker one. I guess I could use both. Okay. So I'm going to do this to look more fur-like, sketchy-like. I just really want to get the edges done. Can y'all see? Am I close enough? Eldest granddaughter. Okay, Nano. Christmas present. Oh, wait. There we go. I had an amazing surprise that weekend. My son-in-law, B, has given my eldest granddaughter a 5-day trip to New Orleans in December. You and your granddaughter are going? Is that what you're saying? Your eldest granddaughter and you? Is that what you're saying, Animo? That's awesome. All right. I just kind of want to get some of the, and again, I'll come in here and do more this kind of thing with some different colors and stuff. And there's little dots and things, little details. On your bucket list? Okay. So now what I want to do is, and I've shown y'all this before with the Posca, you can do this with white, but you don't have to leave it white. And speaking, let me see, I didn't pull a pink pencil, so let me just pull a pink acrylic. marker. Do the little nose and get those blocked in there. You don't have to leave it white. Once the Posca is dry, you can go over it with colors and change it. But you have to make sure that your Posca is dry. If it's not dry and you start trying to pencil over your Posca while it's wet, you're just going to scrape it right up, just like you would any other type of acrylic marker. All right, so let me see here. Again, let's try something different with let's see, what color do I want? Let's see what color. Let me see, what color do I want? I don't want a blue. Let's see what color this is. Okay, no, that's too exact. That's too matchy. And again, I'm thinking, well, do I want to do it like this? Because you're gonna, this is pencil, wax pencil. You use your acrylic markers over wax pencil, you're going to be drying out that tip. For some reason, Posca, that doesn't do it. But I've not practiced enough with the acrylic brush markers over color pencil to know what it will do to the tips long term. I know what it does to acrylic. I know what it does to alcohol markers. It dries them out. Same thing for Sharpies. These are pretty juicy. You could probably get away with a little bit of it. I don't know that I'd want to do a whole page using, like I'm getting ready to show you, without it drying out the tip. So if you do this technique and it dries out the tip of your acrylic marker, don't say I didn't warn you. Well, Dee Dee used that acrylic marker over the wax pencil. Well, I'm telling you, I'm warning y'all. I'm giving y'all that teacher warning. It could ruin them. Because it would ruin your alcohol markers, okay? But what I'm going to do is, instead of using, I'll just show you. I'll probably do both anyway. See, I think it'll be okay, just a little bit of that I'm going to do. But if you try to do a whole cat like this, you might dry out the tip of your acrylic markers, because this is acrylic paint, but it's also got the wax pencil, right? It's also got the wax pencil. If this was just acrylic paint, I wouldn't be so worried about it. But because I'm going over the wax Prismacolor, might eventually, well, it would eventually dry out the tip. Let's see what this is. The tip of your, I think it's just family stuff. Yeah. All right, so I got a light coat of just enough gray to make the hair look like it's going outside. See, it's very light, it's very subtle. It almost matches what I already did, right? Going over the frog. So let's see here. So I'm going to do it with also right over the top with the Posca, which it doesn't ever seem, the Poscas doesn't ever seem to ruin or dry out a Posca. I've used these for years in this way, and I've never really had them ruin. Now I use them up. I use the Poscas up a lot. So I'm just going to do some random, like, cat fur coming out from behind here. Then we'll move on to the other. I'll try to finish this week. I won't finish it today. I got other things I got to finish today. But hopefully y'all get some ideas. And, I don't have any secrets. I show y'all everything I know. So, yeah, disclaimer. Do the little tongue, the little nose there. Okay, so there's the edge. I know y'all can see that. So now what I want to do, let's just see. I'll go ahead and put in some. And I don't really want to put the whiskers in until I'm done with everything else, because I'll do one or two just to show you, but I'll have to redo them. But there's the little whisker holes, if you will. But you don't really want to put in whiskers, if it's black, white, gray, whatever color, over the background stuff till you finish this. Because look, I'm going to show you what I mean. All right, so let's just say I put in some whiskers here. All right, now if I want to color this lily pad like this lily pad, I got to go around, try to color around those white whiskers. Well, I won't do that. I'll just color over them and put new whiskers in. But you want to wait on those kind of details till the very end. You know what I mean? Hi, Jackie, and bye, Jackie. I didn't see you. All right, so, but now I want to do another layer. I'm just going to kind of continuously layer the fur. It's going to be a furry kitty around the whole face. You know, you can do maybe a little bit more going this way, kind of go in the direction of the way the fur would grow. But you don't have to leave it white, is my point. Once this is dry, I can go over the top of it with the gray, but you know, a little bit shadowing. You can do that by just, once it's dry, hang on, let me do this first. Once this is dry, you can go in. Let me just hit it with the heat gun because I want to show you. You can do a couple different shading things. For one, if you don't want this to be white fur, then you can take your gray or your blue or whatever color cat you're doing, and you can go over the top of the white, and it will, let me just do a little bit here so I can show you. And it will turn the fur from white to the blue or the gray, but it'll still be evident. See how I'm going over and it's making it blue gray, kind of a gray blue. It's not the bright white, but you can still see it underneath the pencil. See what I mean? And then another way to shade after you've done, say, this part, and you want like the eyes to be set back or something, you can take your pencil and just go right over and shade. You can add darker shadows right over the top, and you'll still retain some of that Posca, but now you'll have more dimension. See how that's coming into more 3D, if you will. Let's go around his little nose. You see what I mean? So you can still retain your white Posca and see the fur, but it doesn't have to be bright white. Now, if you have a cat that maybe you want some, you know, a little bit of white highlights in it, you can go back with the Posca and add a few little flicks, or like I said here, with the whiskers, you can go in and go, you know, nice bright white whiskers. But you don't want to put those in until you're completely done, because then you got to color around the whiskers. The other thing you can do is take even a darker, let's see, where's my darkest gray here? I don't really want to go into black here. But you can get in here and do even more shadowing. You can just go right over it. Go right over everything and blend it in. So you can just keep, you know, adding more layers. Okay. And you can take more time too. You know, I'm kind of trying to rush through here, show y'all as much as possible. And just keep building it up. I'm just doing the top of the head here. And then I could take the dark green and like kind of get in there, like it might be a little bit of shadow behind some of the fur. that's on the frog. So I think you get the idea. Cuteness. And then again, Kathy Berg said, well, what can you do about, trying to do the same kind of thing we did on the cards on the color book. So there you go with the thing there. Again, it should be okay. Marker on acrylic. But if you do marker over pencil, you may be drying out the tip, at some point. I don't know how long that point would be. All right, so there we go. I'm going to stop on this. Again, I'll just do a quick little flip. This is the Pop Manga Catitude. I've only done a couple of pictures, maybe I think 3 out of here, but let me back up one so you can see it a little better. So, this one I did there with the carrots. This one I added collage. But the whole book is cuteness overload. One sister said, look at him. He's embarrassed that he's wearing a costume. This one, I got him fighting off the fish. He's getting ready to bite one there. And the fish are attacking it. And stop. I just collaged this on. These fish, the stop sign, those are collage fish. This one I colored, those I colored. But the other ones I collaged on top. Oh, good one, sister. Oh, like a Mona Lisa. This was like a Gandalf. But all these backgrounds have so much detail to them that if you start with the base of acrylic wash to do the backgrounds, then it seems less daunting, because there's a lot going on these backgrounds. All right, I'm going to keep all these pin seals together and right there because these are the ones that I'm using, and I want to keep them together so that I can continue on with this. All right, so I got to take a quick break, though, guys, before I start on something else. So let me do a BRB, then I'll show you the paint that I used to do the fluorescent jelly plating, and we'll do a giveaway. All right, hang on, let's pick this up. Don't trip over this. All right, give me 1 minute. If I open this door, you're not going to bug me? Oh, that's Malibu. Oliver's the one that wants all the attention. Malibu usually will just come lay on her little nest or... Okay. All right, so let's see. You triggered Camilla with your picture. Oh, you tagged Camilla. I always tag, anytime I post any books that I use like as reference or color, like I tag the person, like I tagged Naomi, when I use this to do the little cards. I posted a couple of the cards that I sent to Terry Brett. I always try to give as much shout out to the authors, the artists, Collage Soup. Anytime I use Collage Soup, I just got finished doing that cowgirl disc. You'd have to go over to my IG to really see it well, but I'll show it to you. Let's see. So this is a 14-inch. It's the large disc, and I did these cowgirls and the cows. She actually works in rodeos and does works with bulls. So I made this one. This is for her, and it's got. I love the song. It's the "Water My Soul" song. You have to go. I can't play it here, but if you go over to IG, it just has a little snippet of it. So I did that one over the weekend for her, and then so this is my point is, I tagged the book. See, it's got paint on it, but So I tag Collage Soup, and I tag it in the description, Collage Soup. So you can go over, just click Collage Soup and go over to Collage Soup. So I tag everybody that I can possibly tag, So let's see. Devin. That's too descriptive, Devin. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I've done here. Now I don't have to. Let's see. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to tag thumbnail my show today. I guess I'll do the Catitude because that's what we're doing the most of. But anyway, okay. We'll do another little giveaway here. So hang on. Let me get organized. Get some more little envelopes out here. Because the giveaway I did this morning, that was left over from last Wednesday when my internet went down. So I want to do a today giveaway. So we'll do the same thing again, 2 US, 2 international, but I'm going to cut these down. I'm going to show you. So these right here are on black paper. And what I do with the black tissue paper, I've sent it to, and again, there's no stenciling or anything done on these. But what I thought would be fun to do is have these cut down to do the acrylic marker, these, like I did these cards here, okay, with just some images from Collage Soup. And I did varnish these, and we did a giveaway this morning. So some of y'all got some of these, and use an image and then doodle, but have this as your base. So you could even do less doodling. You don't have to do any doodling. You could just put an image on it. But when I use the black tissue paper, I made a whole bunch of new ones because I was running out. I just take some of the black tissue paper and crumple it up, open it up, have my jelly plated paints. In this case, I had gold, copper, and I think maybe some red. Or no, I had some golden what's it called? Iron oxide? Anyway, that coppery brown color. And then I just, pick it up off the jelly plate and you get this texture. Because what I like to do with my jelly plates is I will then tear them up into a lot of landscapes and make, I'll do collaging with them like this, like landscapes, layers of stuff. So these are just what I wanted to do with these is these I just used without any stencils. I just wanted to play with the colors. So I just put it on the jelly plate, brayered it off, put another color, brayered it off. So these are like brayer offs, and if you want to know more about jelly plating, then go see our Devin. I'm sure she's got tons of playlists on everything. But all I wanted to do, I didn't want stencils. I didn't want a bunch of stuff. I just wanted the colors. That way I could just use it for some images as backgrounds. Now, I haven't cut these up. I'll cut some up here in a minute because I'm going to cut some of these up to give to y'all. So anyway, let me show you the paints that I use. I got them at Hobby Lobby, and I got 2 different kinds. this set right here was a set of 6. This is a set of 6. Okay. They came like how your water comes in a, like if you buy a 6-pack, well, it's an 8-pack of waters, they're all connected with plastic, it's all connected. You buy it like this. And I think the whole thing was $8 for 6 colors. So I got the blue. Does it have a name on it? Doesn't say. But anyway, it's just tempera paint, but it's fluorescent. That's why I got them. I wanted some fluorescent paints to do the cards with the images that were like, see, so you can see here. This is all this stuff. This is all the fluorescent colors. Okay. There's a purple. It doesn't have a name. You could, there's no like purple something anyway. Then there's an orange, and there's a bright, I mean, they are hot orange. I mean, it doesn't even show up on camera. Then there's a hot pink. Again, it's not showing up on camera as much as it's a bright hot pink. They're fluorescent colors, yellow and a lime green. So those are the colors that I did these with. Okay. So let me just kind of move them out of the way here. And again, I just brayered them on. So I'm just going to show them to you. Then we're going to cut them up. And we're going to do a giveaway with some what do you call it? Let me get, we'll do some more. We'll do some more paper dolls because those just work well. We'll do that. So here's I'm just going to flip through them, okay? And we'll cut them down. Now, y'all have to tell me, would you rather me get, I think it might be better to do a 4x6 postcard size than that you can cut them down. What do y'all think? Or would you want me to cut them down to 3x4s? Y'all tell me, what size giveaways do you want? So see, aren't they cool? And again, this is just, picked up leftover off the jelly plate, leftover paints. But there are all these fluorescent colors. So I just wanted to play with them because, again, I wanted these for the backgrounds behind the little, images. Well, the 4x6 will fit in here. So do you want a 4x6 or two 3x4s? I can send you 2 3x4s or a 4x6. You don't care what size? Okay. So again, I did stamp one thing there, just to test that one thing out. But other than that, I didn't do any stencil or stamping. I just wanted I wanted to play with the different colors, So, okay, well, I'll do 4x6, and then if y'all want to cut them in half, you can, because then you get to the, you can cut them in half yourself. So I'm doing 4, so that I can give y'all 2 either way. All right, so now I'm just going to bring out, this is what I was talking about. This is the only tool that the kids weren't allowed to use when they were little. All right, so here we go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the edge there and then just make it, let's see, how do I want to do this? Because I can get 2 6s out. All right, let's go to 6. I think I can get 3 out of one sheet. Let's see here. Not that really matters, trim that off and then do a 4. Gotta make some room here. Okay, so I'll do a 4 and another 4. And I think they're both should be 6, yeah. So there we go. See, like this. So let me just cut some down, and then I'll do different ones so that the same person doesn't get the exact similar one. Does that make sense? All right. So if you cut off 2 6s and trim it down to 4, then you got this left that you can do a 4 and a 6. So you can get 3 4x6s out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Does that make sense? Unless you trim it too much. All right, so let's see here. How much is this? About 4. Did I do that? No, it goes this way. Hang on. Do it sideways like this. And I'll do a little bit because I have enough room over there. So I want to trim off some of that white. So you got a little play there. Okay, so there's a 6. Trim off a little bit here. So I'm just going to cut some down real quick. It'll only take me a minute. Cut some down to 4 by 6. And then we'll do a giveaway. All right, then this will be a 4. Hi, Val. I'm going to do a giveaway here in a minute. I'm going to pick out some of my favorite ones here. I like this one. Okay, so let's do just a little over 6 so I can trim that off. So if I'm giving away 4, I need 8. Just need 8. That's all I need. I don't need that many. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I already got 8. But let's go ahead. I want to trim down. I want a variety of colors. Here, this one. Let's go with this one. All right. Let's see. So I can mix them up and everybody gets different. Different ones. And another 4. I know y'all can hear my bracelets just slamming on the thing here, but give me a minute. Okay. All right. I think I got enough to do a giveaway. It's already 11:15, so let's go ahead. I like to get out of here by 11:30. All right, so let's see here. I'll put some dolls in there. We're going to do the same thing. Now I'm going to kind of mix them up so you get 2 different ones, like a pink and a red, a couple different colors, like this color and that color, a pink and a, it's too much the same. This one is different and that one's different. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. Now let's pull out some paper dolls. Thank you, Cheshire. Yeah. All right, let's see. Get my scissors here. I'll just give y'all a full sheet so y'all can cut them down or whatever. So there's some sofas on that one. I'm just going to fold it in half. Like that. And y'all can you can cut these cards in half and make them this size, or you can leave them postcard size. This one's got some buttons on the back. Okay, let's see. This one's got some cakes on the back. Come on. Okay. All right. And let's see. Here's the backs of some. I kind of want some faces. It's just one. Okay, let's go with this one. Bell bottoms on the back of this one. So again, these are all out of Collage Soup. It's just a mini book. The Secret Lives of Paper Dolls. It's one of the mini books. But it's still thick. There's still a lot in there. And I've used this. You still get, there's so much. That's why I don't mind giving some away. Because, I'll never use all that. I just won't. All right. So let's go ahead and put the cards and this. And then, you know what? I think it's still kind of thin. So I think I'll be able to put something else in there. All right, there we go. Y'all are going to get one of my cards that I made and varnished over the weekend, signed on the back. Okay, there you go. Get a card too, a cat or a person. They're going to be random, okay? So I'm just going to close them up. Y'all get whatever you get. I'm going to mix them all up and get whichever one comes up. Okay, so let's get my Post-it notes. All right, we did international a minute ago, so now we'll do USA only. So we'll do 2 US, 2 international. Wait till I type in go. You're going to put a number 1 to 100. First 2 people closest without going over will get the little sample jelly plate and a card. Okay? All right, hang on. 1 number only, USA to start. We're going to do USA only. All right, there you go. Then we'll do international. All right, let me move this out of the way. I'll take a picture of the Catitude. I guess we'll call today a color book day because although we did other things, I'll call it Catitude and Catch Up. How about that? Because we did other things too. Catitude and Catch Up. Catitude and Catch Up. Okay. For my thumbnail. All right. All right. Get your numbers in. Well, I'm picking up as we go. All right. Oh, let me find my iPad again. Oh, here it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit the enter if you haven't already. All right. First 2 people closest to the new number, 69. 69 US only. Then we'll do international. Okay, let me scroll back. Y'all help me look. 69 without going over. Okay, it looks like Joe Lou has 65 and Mama 4 has 66. Y'all double check me. Is it Joe Lou and Jean Homeschool Mama 4? I think it's Joe Lou and Mama 4. Okay, that's it. I call her Mama 4. Mama 4 and Joe Lou. Right? Okay, there we go. And I have both their addresses. So there we go. Then we're going to do the same thing. International only. Wait till I type in go. You're welcome, Mama 4. International. Oh, wait. Are you in Canada? You're in Canada. No, I just did US. Never mind. I was going to say that anybody, I'm going to do international. International only. If Canada wins, I will hold it until the strike is over. Okay, that's what I was trying to get out. I made myself a note. Can't oppose back on strike. So if you're an international and if you win one of these, I'll hold it till the strike is over. Okay. All right. Wait till I type in go. First 2 people closest to a new random.org. I was thinking of Ann Makes. I'm sorry, Mama 4. I know you're in the States. Trying to do too many things at once. Okay. Okay. All right, there we go. And there's Ann Makes. Hi, Ann Makes. So if you're in Canada, I will hold it until the strike is over. Because otherwise, it's going to be sitting somewhere. And sometimes, like the last one, the last strike Canada had, my post office lady said, we're not even taking it till the strike's over. So, I guess it depends. So, yeah, Mama, for another strike. So that's why I live off my post-it notes, people. I got post-it notes everywhere. All right. All right, I'm getting ready to count down. Get your numbers in. International only, 1 to 100. First two people closest without going over to a new number. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Let's pick a new one. New number. 85. First two people closest to 85 without going over. Let me scroll back. 85 without going over. Let's see. Terry Brett had 78. And Vale had 66. It might be Terry Brett. And is it Vale? Vale was 66. Okay. Vale, it's been a while, but I have your address, correct? I know I got Terry's. I have your address, Vale. Let me know. And if y'all are never sure if I have your address, you can always email it to me again. Tell me if you have an odd name here. I'm not going to know that, I don't know Vale's real name, but, I won't know that Vale is Susan or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you have to tell me your real name. Okay, I have it. Okay. You have to tell me when you email me your address, if your name is not like, I know Terry B, right? But if you have a weird different name, I'm not going to know who you are. So you got to let me know. All right. All right. Hi. I said hi to T Girl. I said hi to Dot. All right. Well, I think we're going to head on out, guys. Don't forget, Janet comes on in about an hour and a half at 1. And the other people that come in here regularly are Devin Rex. She'll be on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Kathy Berg, who was here earlier, she comes on Tuesdays at 10 Eastern. There she is right there. Thanks, Kathy. And I'm happy to shout you guys out. You just have to let me know what time. Biddy Penny was in here. She kind of streams. She streams early usually, and Saturday mornings and early mornings. But follow Biddy Penny. She, if you're an early morning riser, and she is just so sweet and very calm. She's a very calm person. You will relax in her presence. Unlike this one here that's like all over the place with rabbit trails. But I like me, so it's okay. Okay, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you at the other streamers. And yeah, all right, guys. Have a good one. Bye.